Hey there, and welcome to Just Start Talking, the podcast that helps you build confidence and fluency in English. I'm Jody, and today we're going to talk about something super useful, small talk. Now, if you've ever felt nervous starting a conversation in English, you're definitely not alone. Small talk is a skill that even native speakers have to practice. But don't worry, I'm here to help you master it. By the end of this episode, you'll have a better understanding of what small talk is, why it's important, and how to do it naturally. So, grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's get started. And don't forget to grab a pen and paper in case you want to take some notes today. Sometimes writing stuff down is a super good way to help you remember what we've talked about. So, what exactly is small talk? Small talk is a light, informal conversation about simple, everyday topics. It's the kind of chat you have with a stranger on the bus, with a coworker before a meeting, or with your neighbor when you run into them outside. It's just a small, short conversation. It helps build relationships and sometimes can smooth the way for a longer chat later, depending on who you are speaking with, of course. While you might not be building a long-lasting relationship with someone you're randomly chatting with in the produce aisle at the market, on the other hand, you will be building relationships with your colleagues at work or your classmates at school. These are situations where small talk is key. Let's talk about some common small talk topics, like the weather, which is classic. Wow, it's so hot today, isn't it? Or, why is it raining so much? Talking about the weather is probably the most popular small talk topic in the United States. Americans love to chat about the weather, and we have many different words and phrases to describe what is happening with the weather. If it's raining a lot, maybe we might say, "Oh, it's raining cats and dogs today, isn't it?" That doesn't mean that cats and dogs are literally falling out of the sky. This is an idiom for lots of heavy rain. Hobbies. Hobbies are another classic small talk topic. You might say, do you play any sports? Do you prefer swimming or table tennis? Or, oh, is that a hockey jersey you're wearing? Tell me about your favorite team. Most people have hobbies and activities that they enjoy. These small talk conversations are an easy way to ask about them, and maybe in turn, talk about your own hobbies. The idea is to get the conversation flowing with open-ended questions. This is a question that requires more than a yes or no answer. Work or studies? What do you do for a living? Or where do you work? What department do you work in? How long have you worked here? And if we are students, we might ask, are you also a student? What are you studying? When do you graduate? People typically love to talk about themselves, and they love to talk about their work or studies. Travel is another really good small talk topic. Some examples. Have you ever been to Paris? What is your dream destination? Do you prefer traveling by train or bus? What are your summer plans this year? Just asking about a dream destination is sure to get the conversation flowing. And by the way, if you're wondering what I mean by a dream destination, it refers to a place that you really want to visit someday. For me, my dream destination is the beach in Croatia. I've never been to Croatia, and it's my list of must-visit destinations. And finally, entertainment. Talking about movies, concerts, plays, and really any kind of entertainment is easy and fun. Maybe start with, have you seen any good movies lately? What's your favorite Netflix series? Or do you like to go to the movie theater, or would you rather watch movies at home? And if you see someone with a cool concert t-shirt, you might say, I like your t-shirt. Did you see that band perform recently? Small talk isn't about deep conversations or debates. It's simply a way to start a conversation and break the ice. Oh, and wait. What does it mean to break the ice? That means we try to make social situations more comfortable. And who doesn't want to be more comfortable, especially when speaking English? And why is small talk important? And why should you really care about small talk? Well, small talk is important for a few reasons. It helps you connect with people, whether it's a colleague, a new friend, or a stranger. Small talk makes interactions friendly and pleasant. For example, I'm American, and we Americans are forever chatting with the person at the checkout line in the grocery store, the person in front of us in line at the coffee shop, or even chatting with a stranger while we are browsing for paper towels at the market. Americans like their social connections. Small talk makes social situations a lot less awkward. Imagine waiting in an elevator with someone in complete silence. Awkward, right? Small talk can fill those gaps. Of course, you probably don't want to turn into some kind of chat monster in an enclosed elevator, because that could also be considered a little bit awkward. But there's nothing wrong with a smile and a quick good morning as you get into the elevator. Small talk helps build relationships. Many friendships and business connections start with small talk. A quick hello, nice to see you in the hallway at the office makes anyone's day happier. That person you randomly said hello to in the hallway could someday become your boss. And small talk improves your English skills. The more you practice speaking, the more comfortable and fluent you'll become. So maybe you start a quick chat with the lady in the flower shop, or you say good morning to the people in the elevator tomorrow. Why not? It's a good way to practice English. So even if small talk feels a little uncomfortable at first, it's a valuable skill to develop. Okay, so now that we know why small talk is useful, how do you actually start a conversation? Here are 3 easy steps. First of all, you might just make an observation. Look around you and comment on something. For example, if you're at a coffee shop, you could say, "Wow, this place smells amazing. Do you come here often?" Or, "These cakes look delicious. Which one is your favorite?" Or, "Do you prefer coffee or tea?" Next, you might just ask a simple question. Questions make conversations flow naturally. For example, if you're at a busy bus stop, you might say, "Nice weather today, huh?" Or, "Have you been waiting here long?" Or, "I'm new here. Is this the bus stop for Route 10? Finally, respond and keep the conversation going. If the other person answers, respond with interest and ask another question. For example, you might say, "Have you seen any good movies lately?" And then the person you're speaking with says, "Yes, I just saw the new Spider-Man movie. It was great." And then you can keep the conversation going by saying, "Oh, cool. What was it about? What was your favorite part of the movie?" Boom. You've just started a natural conversation. Good job. Now, the all-important how to keep the conversation going. So great, you started a conversation. Now, how do you keep it going? Here's a few easy tips. The best thing is to show interest. Nod, smile, and use some common phrases like, "Oh, really? That's interesting." Or, "Wow, tell me more." Or, "I'd like to hear more about that." Or, "That's awesome." Next, Definitely give more than a one-word answer. Instead of just saying yes, no, add a little extra detail. That famous one-word answer is a natural conversation killer. To keep the flow of the conversation going, you need to add more detail. Any short sentence will do. For example, if someone says to you, "Do you like traveling?" You could say, "Yes, I love it. I went to Thailand last year, and it was amazing. Have you ever been to Thailand?" Look at that. More than a one-word answer. Next, find common interests. If you both like the same thing, just talk about it. You both like travel. Great. You can talk about travel agents and the price of airline tickets. Finally, use the open-ended questions. These are questions that can't be answered with just a yes or a no. Again, do not kill the conversation with closed-ended questions that need only a yes or no type answer. For example, instead of saying, "Did you like the movie?" And that's where somebody will say yes, no. Instead, you might ask, "What did you think about the movie?" Or, "What was the best part about the movie?" Or, "What did you think about the main characters?" All of these questions, they need more than just a quick yes or no, and this keeps the conversation going. Finally, we've had all this talk about starting conversations, but now how do we end the conversation politely? Because sometimes you just need to move on, but you don't want to be rude. Let's talk about 3 easy, polite ways to break away from any conversation. First of all, give a quick reason. "Well, I have to get going, but it really was nice chatting with you." Or, "I'm late picking up my son from school. I have to go, but we can talk again soon." Next, make a future plan. "Let's catch up later," or "We should meet for coffee next week." Finally, say something positive. "It was great meeting you. Have a wonderful day." Or, "I always enjoy our talks. See you soon." Just remember to smile and be polite as you are exiting the conversation. All good things must end, right? So before we wrap up, let's go over some common mistakes people make when trying small talk. First of all, talking too much about yourself. Remember, it's a conversation, not a monologue. Ask questions and show interest in the other person. People love talking about themselves. Asking questions is an easy way to let them do exactly that. Next, bringing up controversial topics. Avoid politics, religion, or anything that might lead to an argument. Just keep it light and positive. Talking about movies, food, or the weather is a lot easier than trying to discuss world politics during a quick chat by the water cooler. And giving one-word answers. This always makes the conversation feel awkward. Like I said before, try to add details to keep the flow going. Finally, not knowing when to stop. If the other person seems busy or uninterested, it's okay to end the conversation politely. Read the other person's body language. If they seem busy or stressed out, just politely bow out. You can say, "Oh, look at the time. I'm late for my meeting. We can catch up later." Okay, there you have it. Your guide to mastering small talk. Let's do a quick recap. Again, what is small talk? Small talk is light, casual conversation that helps you connect with others. Small talk can be especially useful at work. Like I said before, that person that you say hello in the hallway could one day become your boss. Why is small talk important? It's important because it makes social situations easier and helps build relationships. How do I start a small talk type conversation? To start a conversation, remember to make an observation, ask a question, and respond with interest. And then, how do I keep the conversation going? To keep the conversation going, ask open-ended questions and show enthusiasm. Finally, be sure to end the conversation politely when it's time to go. So, your challenge for today: try using one small talk question with someone new. It can be a classmate, a coworker, or even a cashier at a store. The more you practice English, the easier it gets. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like and subscribe to the Just Start Talking podcast and share it with your friends. Also, let me know in the comments, what's the hardest part of small talk for you? Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.